Hi guys, I've been playing a lot of D&D lately, and it's been in a West Marches group, which means that I'm moving around from lots of different DMs groups on roll20, and I don't like going through my whole sheet. It lags out a lot because clerics know a lot of spells, and so I like to have macros set up, and it's unfortunate to have to set them up in everyone's game, but I found out how you can tie them to the sheet, and I don't think it's super common knowledge, and it's not very intuitive, so I wanted to do a quick guide, which is going to be useful. Basically, what this will mean is whenever you export your character to another person's game, your macros will follow that character as opposed to the ones you create in your macro bar. So first so basically I'm just gonna walk you through how to make a macro that follows your character. So just pick your character. You need to have, your character set up in your character sheet as normal. And you probably want to do this in your game. It kind of depends on how you have everything set up for your particular West Marches campaign or whatever you're doing. I recommend having your own game set up, or the game that you DM like I do, to manage your character sheet and then just set everything up in there. So we've got our character sheet up, and what we need to do is we're going to figure out what kind of macro we want to make. So let's say so I got a medallion of thoughts recently, so I like to cast detect thoughts a lot. So I put it as a spell on my sheet, and I'm going to hit that just as I normally would. Oops, spell level, I don't know, 1. I don't remember. Anyways, that is going to pop up the spell just as it normally would if you cast it off your sheet. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get over here like we're about to type an RP and stuff, but instead of doing so, we're going to hit the up button. That's going to put a bunch of this gobbledygook in here, and you just copy all of it. So Control A, Control C. And now normally if you wanted to make a macro, you'd go up here to this little list up here and then add a macro here, but unfortunately that will only create it for this game, and we want to create it for the character itself. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to go to attributes and abilities over here on your character sheet. So you got bioinfo, character sheet, attributes and abilities. Then over on abilities, hit add, and then this new thing will pop up here, new ability 0. Hit this little pencil here, paste everything that you copied, name it whatever you want, detect, and by whatever you want, I mean whatever you want without spaces. So that's how you spell detect. That looks weird. Oh well, thoughts. Let's see here. I'm not usually bad at spelling. Anyways, yep, detect, I was right. So then you can do it as show as token action or show in macro bar. So if I show it in my macro bar, you can see that that's my spiritual weapon one. Okay, so I can show it in my macro bar, so it'll pop up down here on the left. Or I could show it as a token action, which means that if this token was actually on the map somewhere, let's see here, where is my little cleric? So if I have my token out here, she's huge, but if it's a token action, then if I was actually in the game, it'll pop up, like whenever I select the token, it'll pop up here on the left. So that's kind of whatever you prefer. As you can see, I actually show it in both places, so I can't lose it, because I hate delaying games trying to find my buttons. So that's a way that you can create these macros that actually follow your character sheet from game to game, so that if you're like me and you play in a West Marches group, you're able to keep those macros set up and you don't have to set them up for every single DM's game. So I hope that helped you guys out. Have a lot of fun.